On the 1st of January 2017, during a Sunday service at Heaven International Fellowship, the man of God, Prophet Samuel Paul Heaven, gave a prophecy regarding the following to take place in the year 2017. The president of the DA political party, Mmusi Maimane, the African continent concerning its political leaders, the Church of Jesus Christ in general, the President of South Africa, President Jacob Zuma. Stay tuned and know the mind of God concerning your life, your nation, your world, and the body of Christ.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
We will continue to pray as God will be giving us messages regarding our nations. But like I said on yesterday or early morning, there is a great shaking. Because you need to understand, as human beings have a destiny. Every nation has a destiny. Meaning a nation should not be in one place for too long. Now, what is happening here in our African continent? The baton is supposed to be passed to the next generation.
Amen.
But it is not happening. Are you getting what I mean? And as a result of that, you will see people want to sit in power and they don't want to move. Now, as a result of this great shaking, God was saying others will be, you will see in African countries, people will be forcefully moved others. Including our nation. There will be a shake. Because the destiny of the nation, it has to be somewhere. If you can be complaining of being in one place for too long, even the nation has a destiny. And all nations that understand their destiny, they thrive. So there's going to be a shaking. There's going to be a great shaking. I will go in details. If God allows me to even give names, I'll give names. But there is a shaking, which is very happy because things cannot remain the way they are. There is a shaking. There is a shaking in the spirit. I saw others being forcefully put out of power, and others being forcefully put into power. Amen. So that is what will be happening throughout. Some of the prophecies we gave regarding last year, the end, they are still going to unfold. If prophecy does not happen, if we gave a prophecy on 2015 for 2016 and it didn't happen, it's pending. I gave a prophecy regarding Ghana to say there's going to be a death of a well-known person, and it happened. I said if they are not careful, there will be a coup. And if this year it looked like it didn't happen, let's wait and see. It can just pend. It's pending. We spoke of America. So if America is not careful, America and Russia, they will go to war. I told you that I see Russians moving arms. The fact that they have not shown their world, that does not mean it's not happening. So there are some things that are just pending. But I just wanted to just focus on the church. Say let the church know where we are. Let the church know that as for us, our case is different. We are taking over. And yesterday I told you to say that concerning the leader of the opposition, there is a dark cloud. Hallelujah. Amen. And I said we just need to pray for you. Hallelujah. Amen. Whether God will allow it to happen, I don't know. But if we can pray, we can stop it. So I will continue seeking further direction as to what will happen. But I saw a dark cloud. Hello. Hanging over him. So we need to define what the darkness is. Hallelujah. Amen. Also pray for our president. His health will be very challenged this year. And this time it will not be hidden. I gave you the prophecy last year, but they hid it. Hello? You can't hide anything from the eye of God. They can hide from you, not from us. They hid it and they moved it. These are shakings that I'm talking about. Power must exchange hands. It's an issue of David and Saul. Saul was once in the position, but God requires another person. When Saul could not comply, he was forcefully taken out because Israel had a destiny. They had to be somewhere. So we cannot risk the destiny of the whole nation. Hallelujah.
Developing news story in Zimbabwe at the moment, where thousands of people are flooding the streets of the capital, Harare. They are demanding the resignation of President Robert Mugabe. Soldiers have cheered the crowds, and that's confirmed the army's role in bringing Mr. Mugabe's 37-year rule to an end. As numbers on the streets have swelled throughout the morning, state media have said that 8 out of 10 regional branches of the governing ZANU-PF party have passed a vote of no confidence in the president. Mr. Mugabe has been under house arrest since a military takeover 4 days ago.
As you can see, people are flooding in from all parts of Harare into the city centre. There's an incredible atmosphere of excitement, of anticipation. Now is the moment they sense Robert Mugabe is gone. His age is over. They're no longer afraid. That's why they're here on the streets.
We will very soon step down. And when you ask them the extent to which ZANU-PF can manipulate this, control this, and keep its iron grip on power.
Andrew, I mean, clearly what you're seeing around you at the moment is excitement, energy, and people believing that Zimbabwe is moving into a new phase. And yet, are there people who are worried about the future of the country? I don't know. Are there people queuing up in shops and stockpiling goods and trying to get money out of banks?
Well, they are, because that hasn't changed. The economy is in crisis, unemployment soaring, the currency struggling. Well, it's not Zimbabwe's currency. They use the American dollar here now by people. Remains to be seen. But I think there will now be a grace period for whatever government takes shape here. I think international investors, international governments who have imposed...
For many people here in this country, they simply couldn't stomach her as president. She's got a notorious reputation.
You will see in African countries, people will be forcefully moved others, including our nation. There will be a shake. Because the destiny of the nation, it has to be somewhere.
Good morning to you. It's just gone 8 o'clock here on Morning Live. And let's take a look at news making top stories for this hour. And Zimbabwe's governing ZANU-PF party has confirmed that Emerson Mnangagwa will be sworn in as interim president this afternoon after a day of drama that saw the resignation of Robert Mugabe. The bombshell announcement sparked off wild celebrations on the streets of Harare. It came at a special joint session of parliament convened to impeach the 94-year-old Mugabe. His resignation capped an unprecedented week in which the military seized control, and tens of thousands of ordinary Zimbabweans also took to the streets in an extraordinary show of defiance to demand that Mugabe leaves.
There is going to be a great shaking. I will go in details. If God allows me to even give names, I'll give names. But there is a shaking, which is very happy because things cannot remain the way they are. There is a shaking. There is a shaking in the spirit. I saw others being forcefully put out of power and others being forcefully put into power.
EFF supporters shut down the Pretoria CBD as they demand that Zuma must fall.
If you are not going, then we have no
Zuma must
option.
go. Is the one who must go.
We have no option. We have no option.
He must address the nation from prison, not from there.
The Constitutional Court will hand down judgment on whether Parliament should start impeachment proceedings against President Jacob Zuma. The EFF approached the court in September seeking an order to direct Parliament to consider whether Zuma's conduct was impeachable.
The secret voting figure shows several ANC politicians may have broken ranks.
We thank them for their courage, and we say to South Africa, we are making progress. We are getting there.
This is a big elephant. We said to the whole country, we'll eat this elephant piece by piece, and now evidence is there.
But unlike before, this time around, President Zuma is no longer the leader of the ANC. Aldrin Simpier, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa as the new president of the African National Congress.
Cyril Ramaphosa's supporters erupted into cheers as he was led to the stage. They've pinned the hopes of the African National Congress and the country on him. Ramaphosa has a head for business, and that could be what's needed to get the economy back on track so millions of unemployed South Africans can have hope. Ramaphosa inherits a deeply divided ANC, one split between the politics of patronage of President Zuma, who sat passively as the results were announced, and those who feel the ANC has lost its way. Cyril Ramaphosa campaigned on an anti-corruption message, promising a fresh start and a cleaner, more transparent style of governance, and betting on his business acumen to build a stronger economy to create millions of desperately needed jobs. But Ramaphosa's task is enormous: unite a divided ANC and prevent its slide in support from becoming terminal ahead of the 2019 general election. Tanya Page, Al Jazeera, Johannesburg.
These are shakings that I'm talking about. Power must exchange hands. It's an issue of David and Saul. Saul was once in the position, but God requires another person. When Saul could not comply, he was forcefully taken out.
2017 has been one of the most politically eventful years in the world, and Africa wasn't left behind. African presidents who lost power in 2017. The Somali presidency this year saw the removal of Hassan Mahmoud, the 8th president of Somalia since 2012, in a fairly peaceful transition to elect Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo, who was promised to return Somalia back to its prosperity days. The Angolan presidency this year saw one of Africa's and one of the world's oldest serving leader, Jose Eduardo dos Santos, give power to his Minister of Defense, João Lourenço, in an election that many Angolans feel was more of a coronation. The Gambia presidency. One of the most dramatic and bizarre events of the year was when 22 years sitting eccentric president of the Gambia, Yahya Jammeh, was persuaded to hand over power to Adama Barrow after losing the election. He finally became the first president to peacefully hand over power in the Gambia since independence from Britain in 1965.
Remember, God reveals in order to redeem. Let us continue praying for our political leaders in Africa.